Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms coming to you live from, where am I? Moore Park, California. That's where I am. I'm in my car. I'm actually on my way to my sister-in-law's place where I'm going to be spending the night with her and her son. So that'll be kind of cool to catch up with family. But I was thinking on the drive up here today, it was absolutely stunning. I ended up coming away I had never been before, and I had no clue where I was. I'm just following the GPS directions. But as I'm driving, there's this gorgeous scenery. There's these beautiful hills in the distance. There's a little bit of haze below the hills, but then you had the sharp contrast of the sharp edge of the top of the hills and stuff. It was just absolutely stunning. And I thought, how many times are we driving around and we're not taking notice of where we are? I was guilty of that today. I had the GPS steering me. It was saying, go along here to the 15, get onto the was it the 91, and then the 71, the 21, the blah blah blah. I don't know. I was just following the directions that they were telling me to go. And how many times are we going through? And I thought, how many times are we going through life where we are just following directions and not really asking why or where are we or anything like that. It's good to know where you are in life, and good to know where you are physically. And at one point my sister-in-law called me to ask me where I was, and I turned around and said, I'm at a Jack in the Box. I had to go to the bathroom, and I found a Jack in the Box, and I'm just grabbing a drink, and I said, I have no idea where I am. And I said, I think I'm in Granada Hills. I'm not sure. I think I saw a sign for it when I got off the freeway to find somewhere to go to the bathroom, but I'm not sure where. I had no clue. All I knew was that the GPS said I was 36 minutes from her house. That was all I knew. And so it just makes me more aware that I need to be a little more aware of where I am, especially if I'm going to go tiki-touring around the country in sparkles. That could be fun, not knowing where I am. Yeah. So where are you? Where are you in life? Where are you in physically? Just drop comments below. Tell me where you're watching this from, because I'm curious to find out where people are. And do you know where you are in life? What are you doing? Are you following your passion? I finished listening to, what was the name of the book? It was a couple of days ago I posted about the book. It was the one written by Martin Sheen and his son Emilio Estevez, his oldest son. And it was a great, awesome book. I mean, some of the things that they've gone through as father and son, some of the things they've gone through as family, how Martin Sheen's always, family for him is number one. Where did he get that from? Where it came from? Everything else, going into their backgrounds and stuff. It was just an awesome, awesome story of the development of a relationship between a father and his family, a father and his son, and the awesome stuff that they have done together. Yes, there was times where I was almost crying listening to some of it because of some of the struggles and things they've gone through. But the basis of the book was, it's the first time a biography has ever been written by a father and son. So they were both narrating the book as well. And so one chapter was done by Martin, the next one was done by Emilio, and they would go on this way backwards and forwards through the book. It was an awesome listen, because I can't say read because I was listening to it on audio. So it was awesome to listen to, and I was kind of sad to see it finish. But it came out in 2012, and it was a lot of it was based on when they were filming the movie The Way, which, if I remember correctly, Emilio wrote and directed and starred in, but his dad was like the main character in the thing. And it's basically about a guy whose son passes away before he's about to do that great big pilgrimage through Spain there on the, what was the name of that thing? I can't remember the name of it. There's this 500-mile pilgrimage thing that you can do in Spain. And so so he goes to collect his son's body, I don't know how had passed away, and he ends up cremating his son's body and walking with the ashes along this pilgrimage and taking his own journey along there. And they were talking about some of the scenes that were shot and some of the action stuff they did, and basically it was sort of like, we've got to grab this scene here and now because then we move on to the next spot. We can't come back and retake it if it doesn't work. So it was very interesting to hear how it was filmed, but also hearing the backstories behind some of the scenes that were set up and all of that sort of thing too. So that was really, really cool to get their intake. And it kind of started before Martin Sheen started off before he got married. before he got married. So you kind of got a little bit of his history, growing up, and then when Emilio came along, then they said, so the first part of the book was mainly Martin Sheen talking, but Emilio was in there too, because they were interweaving it with the story of how they filmed The Way, and they were interweaving it with their own backstory and stuff. And of course there was overlaps and all of that sort of thing. And but it was a really good listen. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And so of course that finished partway along my trip, and I was sort of like, damn. So when I had pulled over, pulled over to another bathroom break. This is the first bathroom break. So I pulled over for that and then set it up so I could listen to the rest of, re-listen to some of Rhonda Byrne's, Bryan's. She wrote The Secret. She's got another book out called The Power. And so I wound it back. So I looked at the time that was on the GPS thing and said, okay, 2.5 hours. All right. So I wound the book back 2.5 hours because it was almost finished, and re-listened to a lot of it. And so it was kind of interesting. And, doing something as simple as sitting down and writing out everything that you love, be it material, be it, things like the weather. Like I wrote down rain. I love rainy days. But just writing down the things that you love and that you appreciate, to get you into the mindset of everything is done through love. So that book, along with The Universe Has Your Back, the two of them tie in nicely together. So I spoke about The Universe Has Your Back a while ago by Gabriella Bernstein, and that book, along with The Power, they tie in so beautifully together. And then some of the stuff that I'm starting to read in Think and Grow Rich is also tying into all of that. So they've got these 3 books that are all sort of like talking about the same topics in very different ways, but they're all tying together. So I love it when books do that. I love that sort of stuff. So that was kind of cool. So that was my trip for today. I am now in Moore Park. I'm going to head up to my sister-in-law's place and to have some catch up with her and spend some time with her in the morning, and then head down to LA and hope to catch up with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law down there before I head to the airport to fly off for 3 weeks in New Zealand. So I'm looking forward to seeing my family in New Zealand. Actually got a text message from a high school friend of mine that I haven't seen since high school. And I left high school in 84, and they moved from the year, I think it was either 82 or 83. So I haven't seen her since like 83. So 1983 was the last time I saw her. So it's been a while. And so she said, hey, if you're going to be in New Zealand around this area, let me know. I'd love to catch up with you. So we'll see if we can fit that in. But otherwise, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Tomorrow evening, let's see, 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, I will be at LAX. So I'll be coming to you live from LAX. Lots of noise, lots of people. But you know what I love about airports? People watching. It's so much fun. You can, if you don't know the backstories and stuff, I love watching people and then coming up with storylines for them. So, and when you're people watching, especially if you like to do creative writing, if you're people watching and you see them do something, or you hear a phrase that they say or something, it could trigger some sort of inspiration for you to go and write something. So that's kind of cool. But so I'm looking forward to doing that tomorrow night. So I will see you tomorrow night from LAX. And then I'm trying to think, let's see, 8 p.m. Monday would be 3 p.m. in the afternoon on Tuesday. So yes, Monday there will definitely be one live, but I'll be coming to you live from New Zealand. So it's going to be an exciting few weeks coming up, an exciting time. Let you know how we go. I've got my no jet lag tablets ready to go with me. I have my breathe oil with me, which I like to put under my noses when I'm in the planes, because it just helps with the stuffiness that I get at altitudes. What else have I got with me? I don't know. Got my travel pillow. I got my winter clothes packed. In fact, I am taking less clothes with me this time than I took at Christmas. And Christmas was in the middle of summer, and I'm going down in the middle of winter, and I'm taking less clothes with me. Go figure. Who knows? We'll see how that works. But anyway, catch you guys tomorrow from LAX. Have a super fantastic, sparkling evening.